Once there was a boy. His name was Christopher. He was a selfish and rude kid who put himself before others. This would come back to haunt him. His grandfather, whom he was very close to, suddenly dropped. He was rushed to the hospital, where Chris's parents would try to call him to get down there, but he ignored them and headed to a party instead. The next day, when he returned home, he was greeted by his mother and father, who had told him his grandfather passed away last night. He was crushed. Looking for someone to blame, he blamed his parents for not trying hard enough to help his grandfather, nor get him down to see him in his final moments. He ran to his room and cried. Later, his mother had tried to comfort him with a gift. It was a Candace brand toy, the mystical magical Chester doll, that'd grant you 4 wishes. He thought it was lame. He wasn't a kid, he'd remark. His mother then pointed out he was only 15. He was still a kid to her. He reluctantly took the gift. The Chester doll activated and asked for his first wish. His first wish was, "I wish my mom would just get lost." The monkey then clapped the cymbals together, a trigger that the wish was in effect. He simply discarded the doll and went to sleep. The next day he awoke to his father, in tears, to see that his mother was proclaimed missing on the local news. He was shocked. Did his wish really work? The phone rang. It was the police station, alerting them they're doing everything they can to find her. Chris took the doll and made his second wish. "I wish my mother was back." The monkey clapped its cymbals. Later the phone rang again. The police had found her, though she was in critical condition. She was found with bite marks and deep scratches all over her, bleeding profusely as if an animal had gone crazy and attacked. She was rushed to the hospital. Chris made his third wish. "I wish my mother will be okay." The monkey clapped his cymbals. He and his father soon started to drive to the hospital. But there was an accident. They had gotten into a serious car crash. His father had been impaled at the stomach and Chris broke his leg. They were now all at the hospital. He was out of options. This whole mess was his fault. If he had been there for his grandfather, none of them would be dying right now. That's when it hit him. As he lay in the bed, his parents quickly dying, he realized what he had to do to make it right. He made his final wish. "I wish to speak to my grandfather one last time." And the monkey clapped his cymbals. His phone then rang. It was his grandfather. He picked it up and told him how sorry he was that he never got to say goodbye, and that he was doing it now. His grandfather accepted his goodbye as they both shared some words before hanging up. He then looked at the monkey and said, "I've made it right. Don't let my parents suffer because of my mistakes." The monkey then started to shake as a large animatronic arm came from its mouth. The next day his mother and father made miraculous recoveries. However, their son did not. The doctors had seen that he slit his throat in an act of suicide. At least that's what they believed. Chris's plan worked. His parents were okay and made full recoveries. But only because his own life ended. He was no longer selfish. But now he was trapped as a spirit. Tethered to the Chester doll that caused him so much pain. Now he is doomed to wander the halls of candies wherever it goes. And that's the story of One Last Call. Come back to me again sometime and maybe I will tell you another story.